Back. This is Norman Exploding, Bare Bones Broadcasting, your skeleton network. Now then, I was just covering some things leading up to this conversation, as I oftentimes do. I'm a radio broadcaster and I have to lead up to things. We're going to speak about sales tax, and not just in the Northwest Woods, where it's the dumbest place to go to tax the tourist. Barbara Roberts. We can take advantage of it. It's like taking candy from a baby. What a moron. Oh, they use the services. You know what they pay for the services? What are the tourists? Do you jack the prices up for tourism? Do you? No, we wouldn't do that. I don't. Go into a tourist shop. I suppose that's the right price for those things. No, it ain't. No. You racket everything you can get your hands on. And this is part of it. Now we can have another racket, a sales tax. Now you can't. Why? Because you didn't get any time building what you want to tax. Unless you assemble the products that you want to tax the sale on, where did you develop the time to pay the revenue to pay that tax? Tax can only come from surplus. Where did you add anything to the process to pay the tax? You've been sitting on your rear end just passing things around. You didn't do anything for that product. You didn't do anything to pay for that. You didn't make anything accomplished in your hands. Playing pilot, pick it up from here and pilot over there, that ain't doing nothing. That didn't add nothing. That's overhead to the whole thing. You added overhead and want to tax it. You can't do that. You can't tax overhead. As far as I'm concerned, listen, when tax is collected and you spend that tax on a project, and those people make their living by getting employed with the expenditure of that tax, they can't pay tax on that one again. You can't tax the spending of tax money. That tax money doesn't have the same value it did before you collected it from somebody doing something, taxed them, and then turned around and spent it on some idiotic project, and you hire these deadbeats in contracting to go waste their lives building this outdated mousetrap for somebody that has to do something sooner or later. All you're building is overhead for them to remove and replace. R&R's all you're building right now. It's all out in the way for somebody that has to live here. Garbage. All built for vagrants trying to get out of life. It's all theft. All the cities, as far as I'm concerned, in North America are in the wrong place, except maybe Portland. And they all got to go underground sooner or later. But still, on the surface right now, they were built to rob. Fur, lumber, whatever, minerals, everything you can get off North America, they packed off of here. Sure have. Packed her off. And the cities were here for the packing off. Well, it's packed. And the currency's gone. Now what? Now you're sitting here in the South in carpetbag position yelling, "We are prosperity." No, you're not. You're the South in carpetbagger position. That's the whole nation is right now. How are you going to sales tax that? You're going to sales tax it? You're talking about a float tax. Then when you spend that float tax, those people cannot get taxed again. No, they can't. They can't pay a tax. And I'll tell you what they can't do. They can't vote. They're grant addicts. And they're not allowed to vote. They're in conflict of interest to vote, and they're not allowed to vote. As far as I'm concerned, they should wear an armband. You get paid with tax money, you wear an armband. How about that? Everybody. As far as I'm concerned, with a Jewish star, and I'm the king of the Jews, I'd make you wear a Jewish star. You get paid with tax money. That's why they wore it in Germany. Because in the 30s and the 20s, they were getting paid plenty good with tax money. And they were broke. That's why the Nazis even were in existence. If Germany would have been never driven to ashes, never been a Nazi party. There were the brown shirts, and they were supposed to be there to rescue, and they tried. They really did. They went all to hell with a bunch of what? Stuff shirts that turned things real sour, didn't they? And Adolf, like a lot of other tyrants, was horrified for his life the whole time. In bed with nothing but conflict of interest scum. Usually the citizens. For every Nazi, there was 10 citizens trying to cause trouble. For each other. Well, oh, the government did it. Well, for every government employee, you had 10 of them in conflict of interest pushing them. Same as now. You hate your government. I hate the people who are in conflict of interest, hanging off them like wasps in a pear orchard. That's what I hate. Huh? You hate government? Anything wrong. Now you wasp, leave them alone. Let's see what they do then. What if every government employee was left alone and not dripped? Look at me itching. Oh, you know, because I was beating on myself. Hey, better get off and come back. You can't sales tax something you didn't do, can you? Dumb idea. You can't tax the product of something you had nothing to do with. You can't tax pilot work. Sky Pilot can't pay sales tax. Sorry.